Me and my flip chart again today. So what we're going to explore today, talk out loud about, is you're an employee, you're sitting in an organisation that is going through change, going through maybe big transformation, or maybe your team is changing and you're trying to process this, you're trying to work it all out, and maybe the organisation is doing a good job on communicating what that change is, maybe they aren't. Does that matter? That's a question we're going to explore. And what we're really going to focus on is you. What are you doing? Where are you at in this space? And how are you helping you? Because there is only one person that can help you in this whole thing. It's not your line manager, it's not the leader, it's not the union, it's not anything, it's you. So, okay, so change is all around you. Big transformation. Maybe the organisation has announced a big vision, or perhaps a digital transformation, or something new, a process that's coming in that's new, and you've got the comms in whatever form it's come out, and now you're sitting there going, right, now what? Okay, so here's the change coming along. I'm going to draw it as a bus. I don't know why, that's just come into my head. Why not? Change is coming along. If it's a good communication, it might have maybe made you think, oh yeah, that's quite good, that's needed. Yeah, so you've kind of acknowledged the need. Yeah, can see why they're doing it, understand it, that's fine. Okay, so change is a need. There's always a need, there's always a reason. But then you've got two things going on here. There's forced change, or there's change that you brought in, so it's kind of owned change. So you personally, there may be change coming and you have to react to that situation. It might be you've lost your job. That wasn't your decision, but it's happened. Might be that your job is changing. It might be that different things are changing, different managers, whatever it is. Or you might have taken the ownership and said, I want change into my career. I'm going to do something about it. So either way, the first part of your change experience is understanding that and being aware of it. But even if it's in a forced, or you're owning it, you have to get into a space of knowing that whatever happens next, the future is yours, whatever it is. So moving yourself out of a space of being done to, feeling like, oh, this is all happening to me, trying to get yourself into a better space of I'm now owning what happens next. That's the aim, that's where we want to get you to. And anybody can do that. Whatever circumstance, you can get yourself into a space of ownership. So whether it does feel forced, whether you're owning it, you can definitely feel like whatever happens next is yours. Your terms. And whatever that looks like. So, okay, that's all going on under the road. Come back to this need. So you've acknowledged, okay, I understand it. I understand why the change is coming. If you're not in that space of understanding it, then really think about what will help you to get into that space of understanding it. Do you need more information? Do you need more detail? Do you need to think about actually wider implications? Do you need to talk to somebody? But think about you. What are you doing to try and get that? Don't think that the organisation is doing any of this. You need to own it the whole way through. The next part of it, where the organisation wants to get you to, is want. So you get why it's needed, but they really need you to want it. You need to want this change, because when you want the change, you're going to be more likely to take action. So yeah, get the need. I definitely want it. All right, I'm going to take action. So taking action can look in various ways. You could dive on the training. You could get involved in the Q&As. You could find out more. You can ask a good question. Where we want to get you to is taking the right action for you. That's where we want to get you to. Because the whole way through this, the common theme is ownership. Own it, own it, own it, and you will feel better, therefore you will contribute better, and everybody wins. So it might be that this bus that's coming along, you actually don't want to get on it. You've done your research, you know, you get it, you understand it, but you don't want to be part of it. So actually you need to then own the decision to, okay, what do I want to do? What have I found out about myself? What do I want to do in my life? Okay, own the decision. If you want to stay in the organisation, you need to get yourself into the space of taking the right action for you, because then now you're contributing at a much better level, and it's good for you. It's good for the organisation, good for you. You'll feel better about your work. And you can own your work different. So rather than being done to, you're owning it and you're doing it your way. Now that all sounds really simple, doesn't it? It sounds perfect. But various points along this way are where we get stuck. And that's where the 5 steps to move through change really helps. Because actually you've got to do the work. As an individual, you have to decide that you want a different way of viewing this. You want a good outcome. You want to feel good. So you need to own that to try and get yourself in that space. So the 5 steps of acknowledge what's going on and understand it, and really get deeper with accepting that instead of resisting is part of the first step. Second step is around reacting. How are you personally reacting? Check in. What did you do when you heard the news of change? Do you fear? Did you go into big fear? Did you do a folding arms? Been here before, heard it all before, bored already, not interested, who cares? Hopefully they'll just move on. Did you do that? Did you go, okay, sounds curious, maybe there's something in it for me, maybe I could get a promotion, maybe I could get something a bit more interesting to work on? How did you react? And then start doing the work on, well, how do you want to act? How do you want to be? If you're starting to feel stressful, what are the interventions that you can do to help you? So how are you reacting? Process is the next step. How are you going to process this through your filter? Have a look at what else is going on for you in your life, because it's bigger than just that one project. There's all sorts of things that affect you, that mean, you know, how you're translating stuff. It's not just about a project, it's about your life and what this means to you. So what else is going on, and acknowledge that. Acknowledge what else is going on in your life and process it. So therefore, what does this change mean in that filter? Is there an opportunity? And this is where the next step comes into it. Exploration and getting curious and opening your mind and thinking, maybe there's an idea here, maybe I can contribute, maybe there is something here that could turn out to be a really good thing. And so opening up to exploring that and the possibility that this is an opportunity then moves you away from change being done to you. It moves you into a space of, okay, maybe I could get some help, some support, some encouragement to do something different. Final one is choice. Choose. You must choose. You must own. We want to get you into a space of feeling like you own this. What have you decided? A lot of us live in the fear of decisions. So what are you fearing deciding about? What are you accepting? What are you compromising? And then choosing, okay, this is how I'm going to step into the change, and this is how I'm going to do it on my terms as much as I can. I understand what I control, I understand what I don't control, but I'm going to own as much as I can, and I'm going to feel good about this. So that is, look at this beautiful picture. I should have really thought about the visual more, shouldn't I? I just sort of like talking and drawing as I'm talking. But this is what it's all about. It's about you are going through change in the organisation, but you can own a lot more of how it feels, how you're translating it. You can own more than perhaps you know. So don't wait for someone to come and give you all the answers. Go and find the answers. Go and do the exploration yourself and feel different about what's going on around you. If any of that resonated with you, please drop us a note at anotherdoor.co.uk. We'd love to hear from you and speak to you. And if you want to know anything more about our programmes, about how to move through change, just look on our website and drop us a note on email. Thank you very much.